a lot more saturation these days. There's a specific way to do this business. Some of you guys like luxury rentals. I know some of you like exotics. Your break even is just way lower. Hello and welcome back to Car Rental University. I am your host, Alex Withrow. Today we're going to talk about, is Turo still profitable? Is it worth it? Should we even do this industry at all? Before I get into it, click below, grab the 5 things you must do before starting a car rental business. Lots of great information in there. That also includes the car share growth guide, which gives you a city by city breakdown of which car share platform is strongest in your area. Lots of great information. Also give this channel a subscribe. We are always talking about all things car share related. Everyone in this industry obviously is very Turo minded. It's definitely the most popular car share platform out there. They've been around the longest. They have a business model that is, for the most part, working pretty well, whereas the other platforms are still working things out continually. I got this question the other day: is Turo really worth it? Is this whole thing worth doing? Can I make money? My short answer is yes, you can make money in this industry, but in the asset share space, you have Airbnb, where you can put your condo or apartment up or house and rent it out. There's not as much nuance with Airbnb. Airbnb is a much more simpler model, I would say. It's much more easy to be profitable, I would say. Whereas I feel like with cars, there's a lot more nuance. There's financing, there's the location you're in, the types of ways in which you are renting your cars. There's a lot of different components. So it depends where you are, what type of car you have, what model you're using. The word is out about car sharing. It is becoming a popular space. There are more and more cars entering, especially on Turo, a lot more saturation these days. We've heard a lot about this with Tesla. We've heard a lot about this with a variety of different cars. If you just go into this business and you only know Turo and you've bought yourself a $45,000 car or a sedan, you're probably not going to be successful. There's a specific way to do this business. First of all, I know some of you guys like luxury rentals. I know some of you like exotics. You can make money doing those businesses. I have clients, I have friends who do have very thriving luxury and exotics rentals businesses. But for my taste, for what I like to do, I like to keep the leverage as small as possible. That's why I do recommend, if you're gonna do a loan, like keep it at a car that's like around $15,000 or $20,000. If you can buy the car cash, great. Especially if you have a cash car, like any booking, any revenue is profit for the most part. You can sleep better at night. Your break even is just way lower. So that's ideal. So keeping that just monthly expense and overhead on the car has to stay low. It just does. Otherwise, the economics don't really work. Additionally, I would say this is an industry where as there is more saturation and as the margins compress, you really have to understand all the different plays in the playbook. Now, you may say, well, what's that? You have to understand Turo. You have to understand Getaround. You have to understand Hyrecar. You have to understand when not to use Hyrecar, when not to use Turo, when not to use Getaround. You have to understand private rentals. You should know short-term and long-term private rentals. So my point being is that you can make this work. There's a variety of ways to do it. I still do this in a variety of ways, but if you don't understand the location of where you are, which car share platform is best in your area, and understanding all the different ways in which you can rent the car, you probably are going to struggle in this industry at some point. So there's a lot of us out there on YouTube who have found a nice little sweet spot for ourselves. And listen, you go to any other YouTube channel, everyone's got like a different way to skin the cat. We all kind of have our own different systems, and I certainly have my own proprietary blend. There's other channels out there who will show you kind of a different way of doing things. Just make money. Like if you're profitable, then great. But I do think it does matter which city you're in. I've operated in this industry in 3 different cities, about to start my 4th, and each city, each market is nuanced, and there's certain platforms are stronger in certain markets. Some markets it's very easy to find Uber drivers. Some markets, Getaround is fantastic. Some markets, Turo is fantastic. It really requires an operational blend of different techniques and strategies to really make it in the long term in this industry. We look at Hertz. Hertz just had a huge sell-off of Teslas. In my opinion, they used Tesla Model 3s in the wrong use case. They tried it with short-term rentals. It's not going to be profitable in that model. I would say Model 3s with Tesla are really ideal for long-term rentals with an Uber driver. There's cars like Honda Accords and Camrys and all that stuff, in my opinion, does really well on Getaround and short-term rentals. There is nuance in this space. You really have to understand the full picture to make this a long-term profitable business. This business is deceptively simple from the outside. It's actually a lot more complicated. And so you really have to do your research. As always, if you want to book a call with me, I'm happy to help you. I've done this in a variety of different ways for a variety of years. I'm now working with a larger company running their operations on a scaled fleet. So I've seen kind of all angles of this business. So that's it. Drop some comments below. I'm sure you have some questions. Before I go, click below, grab the 5 things you must do before starting a car rental business. I will catch you in the next episode. Thank you.